Well, hello, Coverage Time friends. How y'all doing? Sometimes it takes us longer to get here. Welcome to Coffee Time with John and Mama. I'm John, and this is Mama. If you aren't following our page, head on over to Facebook. Like us, follow us, share us, do all those things you all do so well. And we'll keep coming back. Folks, tonight, I've been waiting for this night. I've been talking about it. And tonight is Sloppy Joe night. Are you all as excited as I am? Probably not, because I get excited over the simple things in life. Because I have found throughout my life, those usually end up being the best things in life. In the interest of keeping this into a one-pot wonder tonight, which I know y'all love those, I don't have a bowl. Mama's browning the meat over there in a kettle. And yeah, we call a pot or a bowl or a kettle. And I'm just going to mix it in it as we go. And then we're going to let it simmer. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go over the ingredients with you. Let that cook down just another minute, and then we'll be ready to go. So y'all get your pen and paper. I'm sure Nola's going to post it later. But I want to give you a little background on this one. And I want to give you the recipe so you can have it written down. Because you might want this one tomorrow for... There's a game tomorrow. Maybe, let's see. Super Bowl! Of course. Okay. So this would be great for your guests at Super Bowl. Just like I was talking last night. If you're going to have guests over your house for several hours, try to give them something, not just snacks, not just chips and dip. Give them a little protein and a little bit of a meal, as well as some good snacks, because they're going to be there a while, probably through their supper time. This recipe comes to me from my friend and co-worker, Miss Amy, and she was talking about this. I said, that sounds delicious. I got to have that recipe. And she says, well, I'll send it to you. And she did. Amy's, and we had one of her grandma's recipes on here just probably a month or two back. Her Nanny B's recipes, and this is her Nanny B's oldest sister. She was born in 1890s. Folks, she knew how to cook. This recipe sounds so good. It's like nothing I've ever had before. You'll see when you hear it. Her name is Celia, and it's spelled Celia, pronounced Celia. So Miss Celia's recipe is as follows: 2 pounds, and this I love the way this one goes. It's twos. 2 pounds of ground chuck, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 onion. So just make you a 2 at the top of your page and list a bunch of stuff under it. 2 pounds of chuck, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and of course I'm using my fresh squeezed lemon juice right out of this bottle, this Minute Maid. Get this at the frozen department at the big store. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of butter, and 1 onion. Don't that sound simple? Then you mix all those ingredients above and you add 1/2 cup of water, 1 cup of ketchup, 1 cup of diced celery, 2 tablespoons of salt or to taste, 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and 1 bay leaf. And y'all, I ordered this bay leaves just for this recipe. As soon as she told me about it, I thought, I don't have any fresh bay leaves. I've got to get some fresh bay leaves. And Amy did say that she left these out one time and something was missing. So if you've ever wondered what in the world does a bay leaf do, they do change the flavor, and they bring out and they highlight the other flavors that you do use. Now, when I open bay leaves, I leave that little on there, but I open it, and then I put my lid back on, and that keeps them just a minute fresher. But when you open it, and you smell them. There's just, it smells so good, and you just need 1. But I bought these the other day off Amazon, and just to have, and I've already used them. I've added a bay leaf to something we fixed the other day, and it was good. What did I add it to, Mom?
Sauce for...
Some kind of sauce y'all seen me make. Did I tell you I put a bay leaf in it? Pizza sauce, maybe. I don't know what it was now, but it's a good little additive there. It says simmer all the ingredients for about 45 minutes, and then heap them on a warm bun and add cheese to the top. And that's any cheese you want. We'll use some 4-cheese Mexican, freshly grated right out of that bag in there. So we're going to mix this up right here in the kettle that we're going to cook it in, and this is going to be classified as a one-pot wonder. You can't beat that, folks. Now, of course, with this recipe, like all other recipes, you can change it, modify it, do what you need to do for your crowd. This probably won't feed a football crowd or even a party crowd, but you can double it or triple it, whatever you need to do. I went ahead, if y'all have seen me chop up celery 100 times in onions, so I went ahead and chopped those up before we got started tonight. But everything else we're going to fix right here and get it pulled together. So, Mama, is that cooked down?
Yeah, I was getting some grease.
Draining it. You do want to drain it, the grease and whatever out of it. Just, you don't want it to be greasy, in other words. And this isn't like chili or something. Some people like a little grease in their chili. But Sloppy Joe's is not, you know. Now, I will tell you this. Aunt CD called it barbecue beef, a.k.a. Sloppy Joe's is what we call it. So, this is just, that's all it is, folks. No onions, no nothing. This was just fresh ground chuck that we put in here and cooked down.
With water, a little salt, pepper, and coffee.
Oh, I just told them a lie, Mama.
What?
I told them it didn't have nothing in it.
Well,
Let me recant that. I put it in there and I put nothing in it. Mama come along and she made it good. So what'd you put, salt and pepper?
A little salt and pepper so it would cook.
Mama, do you see that little lady in the camera?
No.
I don't either.
Well, I have to get over here. A little
Look
salt.
how pretty Mama looks in her apples tonight. Tell us what you put in there, Mama.
Salt, a little salt and pepper so it'd cook in.
Yeah.
And just a little coffee because you had just water and I put coffee to tenderize.
We cook all of our beef with coffee.
And that's all I did. And
Mama,
so
good
you
job.
cut back on salt and pepper.
So we'll cut back on our salt. And this don't call for pepper, but we put a little in here, so that's
in
fine.
the meat.
In the meat. So I'm just going to go straight down the list, okay? So hopefully I won't miss anything. So here is 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. This is a tablespoon. I love this Minute Maid lemon juice. It doesn't taste fake. It is real. And it did just squirt on me. Ooh, that charged me up. It's delicious. It don't taste fake at all. Let's get to cooking. So I just dropped that. So into our pot, to make this a one-pot wonder, I could put it in a bowl and do all that for you, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. This is how you're going to do it when you get ready to make it at home. You ain't going to fill with dirtying up everything in the house. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. There it is. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. This tablespoon's going to get a workout. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And I'm just going to put the brown sugar right in there. Pack it down. 1. And yeah, I'm using the same one I used the lemon. It ain't going to hurt nothing. 2. So there's 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. There you go, Mom. This is organic apple cider. Live TV. You want us to cut and do it again? Mama just dropped that whole thing of brown sugar. But it didn't all come out. It's a miracle. This is live, folks. This is real live. This is organic apple cider vinegar. And that's what we're using, but you could use white vinegar. You could use whatever you use. So this is going to be 2 tablespoons of vinegar. 1. 2.
I don't think she needs to eat it. I'll really dig it in.
Maggie, I don't think we call for a cleanup. Maggie is truly Mama's dog. There's sugar on the floor and Maggie's on the scene. There, see Maggie? Look at her. Right there she stands. Maggie, say hello to everybody. Somebody's going to ask why Maggie's limping. She got hit by a car about 4 years ago and it's left her with arthritis. The leg healed up and everything, but it left her with arthritis. And when it's rainy, cold in the winter, but now in the summer, she gets a little better with it, seems like. Vinegar and 2 tablespoons of butter. Mama's done got it cut for us. Look here. Now that's prep. Now that's what you call getting ready for things. Well, Mama, which was worse? spilling blueberries or brown sugar.
I like blueberries.
Yeah, they went everywhere. And they was just a jumping,
And
like
you had to pick out
like
those.
Mexican jumping beans. Y'all remember those when you was a kid? I'd like to have some more of that. Did what, Mama?
I said they went everywhere and you had to pick and pick.
Yeah, you didn't got that cleaned up. All right, so this is the 2 tablespoons of butter, and here is 1 yellow onion. Now that's important. You want to use yellow unless you don't have one, and then whatever you have will be fine. But the yellow has a different taste to it. It's a little bit more oniony to me, and I like to use it in chili and sloppy joes and stuff like this.
It's a little stronger is what it is.
It's a little stronger, Mama says. So, in the interest of staying with the program, I'm not going to put that celery, even though I was tempted to go ahead and put it in there. So now we're going to, it says mix all those ingredients. So let's mix all this up in here. It's smelling good. Smelling real good. Well, John, you missed the mark on that. Look that's a little bit too much of a piece. That butter's melting. Okay, so we mix that up, and then we're going to put a 1/2 cup of water. And that's what's in here, just a 1/2 cup of water. This is filtered water. In it goes. And 1 cup of ketchup. And I'm going to measure it. Mama, I'm confused again. Is this a dry or is this a wet?
Let's go ahead and put it in that cup.
Mama got it on to me the other night, but it was mayonnaise, and I didn't know it was dry.
It's not really dry, but it'll work just fine with it.
Mama's making up the rules. I'm going to set that down.
Change them as I go. So.
She can change them her once if she makes them up. This is going to get a whole cup of this delicious ketchup here.
You through with the vinegar and all this other stuff?
No. Not yet, Mama.
You ain't put the vinegar in?
I put the vinegar, but not all that other stuff. The Worcestershire is coming up. Now I'm going to do a good ketchup run here. When I say a cup, I mean all she'll hold. See, I put a good...
Cup and a
Don't
fork.
judge me. I'll let that ketchup.
Cup and a fork.
Can y'all see? It's this cameraman. I tell you. Okay, 1 whole cup of ketchup, not a 4th, Mama. That was just a heaping good size. What does the Bible say? Packed down and leveled to get a good supply. Don't that say that in the Bible?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll have
he
to
said-
check that tonight.
It is. It's in the Bible. All right, so that's the cup of ketchup. 1 cup of celery. I think I could have put it in a while ago. I don't think it would have altered it, but I didn't. So we're going to put this 1 cup of celery in here. And I just chop that up rough chop. You know, everything I chop is rough. I get tickled when they say just rough chop, and I'm like, if I chop it, it's rough. Mama, don't throw that piece of celery away. I'll eat it. I love celery. Y'all like celery? I like it with peanut butter. I like it with pimento cheese. I like it plain. That is the 1 cup of diced celery, 2 tablespoons of salt. Mama's already salted it, so instead of tablespoons, I'm going to say shake, shake. Tablespoons will be a lot. And if this, so she already salted, so I put another teaspoon in there. And
You
then,
can always taste it, add more, but you can't take it out.
right, 3 tablespoons of what's this here sauce.
Shake it, I didn't shake it.
And this is just what's this here sauce. And you all say it, Worcestershire. How do y'all say it? It's Worcestershire. Worcestershire. I don't know.
Worcestershire sauce.
It comes from the town by that name. I did read up on it. So y'all count these. 1, 2. I can't say it any different after hearing that owl. 3.
That's licks on a tissue.
I know, but he says 1, 2. And I don't hold any rights to that commercial or anything or that owl either. I'm just saying. I don't want to get in trouble with nobody. Okay. And 1 bay leaf. And we don't, let's go ahead and stir him up. I'm going to take this out, Mom. Because I'll might scratch your Tupperware
What's
kettle.
on the side of the kettle there?
Piece of celery leaf. I don't want to scratch your Tupperware kettle. Now, folks, here we call this, every time we do this, somebody asks, oh, Lord, look at half the celery over here. John, get your act together. You're embarrassing the family. Okay, everybody asks us about the kettles. This is a Tupperware kettle, and we call it a kettle. I know y'all say tea kettle, John, tea kettle. Well, down here in the South, this is a kettle too. A kettle of beans, a kettle of green beans, a kettle of mashed potatoes, a kettle of sloppy joes. We just call this a kettle. A lot of y'all call them, I've heard them called boilers. I've heard them called pots. It's all good. But this is what we call a kettle. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, this looks delicious. I think it just looks delicious. Look at that.
Is that everything?
That's everything, Mama, I promise. No, Mama, head out. Put your bay leaf in there, folks. Don't forget it.
I
Remember.
thought you put it in there.
No, I started to, and I said, stir it up first.
Oh.
So there's a bay leaf. I'm going to put him right in there. I've not cooked a lot with bay leaves, and you'll pull that out before you put it on your bun. But at least it's there. Now, we can cook with this because it's silicone. So we'll just take that right over there to the stove. And we're going to give it a simmer, but we're not going to hold y'all in here 45 minutes.
Here's your.
What?
Is it off the now?
It is now.
Okay.
We're gonna cook it till that celery has a chance to get cooked here in about 10 minutes or so. And we're gonna taste it. We'll tell you how good it is or how bad it is or what we did wrong. I told Amy, I said, Amy, I hope I don't embarrass your whole family since this was your aunt's, your great aunt's recipe. And I hope I didn't do anything wrong with it. But I'm sure it's gonna be delicious, and I've already smelled it, and it smells wonderful. Wonderful. Those folks, she was born in 1890s. That means she was probably cooking in 1910, I mean, they started young cooking, probably before then. Can you imagine all the wonderful recipes and how they made stuff so good? I mean, they took something like a piece of lettuce and some onions, and they poured lard over it and made it delicious. I love killed lettuce and onions. And I think, who come up with that? Who thought, let's take this lettuce and these onions and put hot grease over it and let's eat it? Well, I'm so thankful whoever did it because it's delicious. And the reason I bring that up is because I'm looking forward to that because it's February. And we have a friend, he always likes to have the bragging rights that he already has lettuce and onions up, and he'll have them the 1st of March, so I'm sure he's already planted his. Mama will be planting hers next week, I'm sure, or the next.
It's supposed to rain.
The next week, probably, Mama. She says that, but she will. First pretty day. When the sun comes out, Mama gets out to that garden just as quick as she can. I guess I better get it tilled up. It needs some ballpark mustard in it. Well, Bob, I would agree with you, but it's not on the recipe. So we're going to stick to the recipe. And what we do, even when Mama makes the canned sloppy joes, we always put mustard on it. Just like our hot dog chili. We put mustard on it, not in it. So I don't think mustard would hurt. If you want to put a little squirt in yours, go right ahead. But I'm just wanting to stick to the recipe to see what the original tastes like. We did add a little coffee, but that don't change the flavor, it just tenderizes the meat. Hello, John and Mama. I'm definitely going to make that. Wanda, it smells wonderful. It smells absolutely wonderful. I made copycat Wendy's chili today. It was delicious. Pamela, my daddy wanted that one time, and I made him copycat chili. And he loved it. Mom and I didn't like it, and I'll tell you why. Not because of the chili or nothing else, it was the peppers. We didn't like the peppers in it. So, if I made it again, I would take the green peppers out. And I know some of y'all are going to say, John, the peppers make it good. I just don't care for them. I love green peppers raw, but when you cook them, they overtake whatever I'm eating. Is that just me? I'm crazy. And I may change later. I used to didn't eat onions, believe it or not. As many onions as you all have seen me prepare. I used to wouldn't touch them. One day, I went to a restaurant. They put onions on whatever I ordered, and I ate it. Because I don't complain much when I go out like that. And I ate it, and it was good, and it didn't kill me. And after that, I started eating it more. So now I like them. Love sloppy joes. Pat, I do too. Mama don't care for them. Mama thinks of sloppy joes like some folks think of frozen pizza. She's just, if you have to eat a sloppy joe, I'll open up a can of whatever and fix you a sloppy joe. And it was always her last of the end of the barrel, bottom of the line. End of the line, bottom of the barrel. Only I could mess that up. Supper. And that was like she had been at a meeting late or got home 30 minutes before supper time, and she knew that Dad and I both loved them, and she'd open up a can and say, "Here, I fixed you some sloppy joes." It wasn't something that she would say, "Tuesday night, we're having sloppy joes." But this is homemade. I don't think we've ever had homemade sloppy joes, have we, Mama?
No, I
Y'all want to see what Mama's done? She'll get me, but that's okay. She's over there buttering the buns, and she's going to toast them. Say hi, Mama.
don't. Johnny, take that off me.
She likes to hide over there. And I tell her, Mama, you never know. When someone will come up to you and say, "Smile, you're on coffee time."
Oh,
We should start doing that. We should start just going out to public places and walking up to people and saying, "Hi, you're on coffee time." We get whooped. People don't like it. I hardly ever go in a store and show people's faces or anything because I just don't want to, interfere with their shopping or interfere with their privacy. Unless people say, or if it's a distance, it's not a personal close-up kind of thing. So that's the reason we don't do more of the shopping things. I see other shows and they don't either. They try not to get people shopping in the store. I made beef stew and corn muffins. Oh, that would be good. This would be good over cornbread muffins. But we're going to go over the buns. Oh my goodness.
you smelling that?
Do you all smell that? I'm like a rabbit. This smells so good. Vinegar, that the ketchup in it, it's got that tomatoey goodness. The onion's starting to break down. The celery. It's kind of like a. I can't wait to taste it. It does say here to simmer all ingredients for 45 minutes. And then heap it on a bun, it says. I love the way it says heap it on a bun. It don't say just add it to a bun. It says heap it on there. And then add cheese if you want it. So I think that's a good thing. That's what I'm going to do. Mama, you going to add cheese?
I don't think so.
Mama, you like cheese on everything.
I don't eat it on hamburgers.
She don't. That's the weird thing. And she won't let me have it most of the time.
I forget it.
We'll sit down and take it, and I said, "Mama, are we out of cheese?" "No, I forgot it." I've only been eating them that way for 50 years. We're going to do the 4 cheese.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to put a little cheese on mine. I'm going to use this fresh grated. Did y'all know you can buy fresh grated right in the store in these nice little bags?
Right here.
I know y'all frown on it, and it's supposed to have some kind of magical. I've heard it has sawdust in it.
Sawdust.
It don't have sawdust, folks. It has potato starch in it, just like if you eat a mashed potato. It keeps it from clumping together. And some people say it keeps it from melting, but I've never used any of this on anything that didn't melt. I know, I get judged on it every once in a while. Yes, I will be posting a recipe. Nola. Thank you, Miss Nola. Nola, let me go over it one more time. Did you write it all down, Nola? Nola is our recipe poster. She's our question answerer. Every once in a while, she gets a hold of one of y'all that gets a little sideways, and you can say stuff like, "Nola, who are you to be answering John's questions?" Well, Nola knows us. Nola's been on this page a long time, and we talk back and forth about every day through instant message. And Nola knows. If she don't know, it probably ain't been told. So we appreciate Nola. And so y'all be nice to her and don't talk ugly to her. She's a sweetheart. All right, folks, here it is. I'm going to tell you this one. Well, I may tell you this again. that I'm going to go over it. Okay? So this is called Celia's recipe, Celia's barbecue beef, aka Sloppy Joe's. And it's 2 pounds of ground chuck, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. 2 pounds of ground chuck, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. You can use dark, light, whatever you want to use. If you don't have brown sugar and you want to make this, use white sugar and put a little bit of pancake syrup in it. It's that maple in that brown sugar that makes it brown sugar. 2 tablespoons of vinegar. She didn't specify. I used organic apple cider vinegar, but the vinegar is just the acid it needs, and you can use white distilled or whatever you have. You could use rice vinegar. You could use, I guess you could use red wine vinegar if you have it. Whatever you have would probably work. But I used, oh, thank you, Mama. I used apple cider organic. 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 onion, no amount, just 1 yellow onion. So yellow onions are usually a good medium-sized onion. So if you want to write it in your recipe, just put 1 medium yellow onion. And yellow does make a difference. The red is not the same, unless you get a real strong one. The purple ones, they all have different things. You can look it up, but this is calls for 1 yellow onion. And it says to mix all those ingredients above in a bowl, and then add 1/2 cup of water, 1 cup of ketchup, 1 cup of diced celery, 2 tablespoons of salt is what it calls for. We put some salt when we done our meat, and I added about 1/2 teaspoon when I done it. 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. In 1 bay leaf, and don't leave that out, that's done been tested. Miss Amy didn't put it in there one time, and she said when she was eating it, she thought, something's missing. There's a flavor profile missing. So it does matter. But if you don't have a bay leaf, you just have to go without it. You won't know the difference. I don't know what else to tell you. Get you some bay leaves. They're on Amazon. They're not too costly. And they will get old. You may have a friend with a bay tree. Now, some folks have bay trees, and that's, but they're not too costly. We've always kept bay leaves here. Mama's always had a little jar of bay leaves. Sometimes you open them up and they were old. We'd have to get some more, but I hadn't bought bay leaves in several years, but I'm going to start using them more now that I see a little bit of the element that they bring, because I've used them a couple of times since I bought those, and I like them. And then it says simmer all your ingredients for about 45 minutes. But I'm going to tell you to simmer them until your celery and onions are tender. Because if you start out with cooked hamburger meat, the celery and onions is what you're looking for, okay, to be done. If that's the only thing in there that really needs to be cooked, everything else is cooked, and you just want those to be done, and you want your flavors to marry together. But it says simmer all ingredients for about 45 minutes, and then, here's my favorite part, heap it on a bun and add cheese. Any recipe that uses the word heap, it's got to be delicious. Heap it on there, she says. I love it. So that's good times right there. So we give the credit tonight to Miss Celia. This is my co-worker's great aunt, because it's her Nana B's sister. She was born in the 1890s. I love those recipes. Mama's got recipes in her book that came from her daddy's family, and they're over 100 years old, over 122
My
years old.
daddy was born in 1899.
1899. I mean, it's amazing. So that is what it is. And she called it barbecue beef. Maybe she fixed it before it was even named after Sloppy Joe. I tell you what we could do. I just haven't thought of one.
What?
This, Joe's birthday is this month. It's his birthday month. So Joe, we're going to dedicate this meal to you too. Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe.
Miss Pam and Joe, they are so sweet, and we've just really gotten to know them very well. And Joe's birthday is this whole month. It's a birthday month for Joe. We're not just wasting a day and saying, oh, it's your birthday and going on. No, it's your month, Joe. And these Sloppy Joes, we're going to dedicate them to you too. So that's a good day. Anytime you can double dedicate something. So, folks, I can't wait to taste this. This will be good for Super Bowl tomorrow. This will be good for Tuesday night when you don't want to cook. And y'all won't have to feel about it like Mama does. It's not a can. It's not. This is homemade. This is home cooking. This would be delicious, absolutely delicious, with onion rings, tater tots, French fries. I can just see it being good with a lot of things. A big old pasta salad if you want to go a little healthier. Cold slaw. I should have fixed cold slaw. So it could be good with anything. This could be a main ingredient meal. Let's see what y'all are saying here.
I believe you could have left them a little of the water, so it wouldn't have to take so long to cook.
You can still order cookbooks, Terry. I've got the address right here. We still have cookbooks. We will have cookbooks, hopefully, as long as y'all want them. This is the address, John Davis, P.O. Box 918, Jellicoe, Tennessee, 37762. If that looks right, screenshot it. If that doesn't look right, the wonders of a bleed-through pen that will go through paper. John Davis, P.O. Box 918, Jellicoe, Tennessee, 37762. You can screenshot that. It's $17 flat, nothing else. That gets your shipping and handling paid. That gets your book back to you. And
I apologize. I've been busy and I ain't got some of them mailed out.
but you were up to date Friday.
Mhm.
Not this Friday, but Friday before that. She's really close to being up to date. Mama's a one-woman show when it comes to cookbooks. She does all the mailing. She does all the receiving. She takes them down there. And now the books have come to a level where she can put them in her little bag. Usually she has 10, 12, 15, whatever it is she has. And she packs them right down there at the post office.
I took 100 and something at one time.
That was
all.
a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah.
But we still have them. We're still sending them out. Mama's still preparing them. So
I've got like 100 left in this last order.
okay. Mama says we could put a little less water in it. Tell me about it, Mama.
It's taken a while for the water to boil down thick enough to hold on to a bone.
But it's still just a half a cup, so
But if you simmer it for 45 minutes, you might need it. But
Right.
we're boiling it, trying to get it done faster.
right.
Here.
And just give them onions and celery. So Mama says you could put a little less water and boil a little harder if you want to. But if you done it for 45 minutes, you'd need the whole half a cup. John and Mama. Hey, Miss Penny, how are you? Folks, it's smelling. It's driving me crazy. It's kind of like when you fry bacon in the morning and you smell it and you just can't. It's like, come on, bacon. I had that episode this morning. I said, what are you cooking, Mama?
Well, I cooked bacon for 2 hours.
I said, you've been cooking bacon for 2 hours. Can we eat? It don't take long to get you all ready to eat when you're smelling something good, and that's what this is doing tonight. It's smelling so good. Mama's gonna get the buns on the toaster, getting them browned up. We've got the fine china here in the waiting. It would be good with some French fries, potato tots, onion rings. All that would be good with it. You can make a meal out of this. So if you try this tomorrow with your Super Bowl people, if you don't want to do toasted buns and hamburger buns, you think, well, I couldn't buy hamburger buns for all of them. Get those little Hawaiian sliders, the rolls. Make them up some, put them on a big platter with just those on it. You could toast them up in the oven, have them ready to go, and make little sliders, Sloppy Joe sliders. Now, don't tell me there's somebody out there that would be coming to your house that wouldn't like a good Sloppy Joe slider. Do you have friends that wouldn't like a Sloppy Joe slider? Of course you did. There's always one. Hi, John. I don't say much, but want you and Mama to know we are enjoying you both. Well, thank you, Melody. How are you? Preston, how are you? This internet's working really well. Knock on wood. I'm just so tickled y'all aren't freezing up and it's not stopping and doing all that business. So hopefully we've got us something we can depend on. We'll learn as we go. I can't depend on coffee being so good. Mama, if you want to come over here and sing and dance, I'll go get us something to drink.
I'll give us something to drink on that. If you want regular Sprite or what?
Yeah, but I can go get it if you'll come over and talk to me just a minute. Show me your pretty apple sweater.
Oh.
She gone. She gone. She don't. I'm trying to get her used to it. I told her, I said, Mama, you could do it when I'm not even here. You could come on and show them how to make cookies. You could show. No. Ain't gonna do it, she said. I even showed her how to start it. Everything. I ain't gonna do it. I'm just glad she's willing to come on. You know, when I first started Coffee Time, it was just Coffee Time with John because Mama would leave the room. She wouldn't even stay in the same room for fear I would pan around and see her. She's come a long ways. Oh, mercy. Put it over angel hair pasta. Ooh, Rita, now you've created a whole new dinner. Sloppy Joe, this mix over angel hair, that would be delicious. That would be good. And you know, I just thought of another. You could put elbow macaroni and make like a goulash out of this, almost. Because it's got a lot of the same elements and it would be delicious. Let's get this Sloppy Joe one done and we'll see what else we can do with it. Because I've never had a good Sloppy Joe homemade recipe. Now I did a couple of months back look online and they all had peppers in them, they all had stuff. Now, Mama wouldn't eat that. This one don't have anything except for a little bit of onion. Everything else is pretty standard. And I thought, So when she mentioned she had Sloppy Joes and they were so good and it was so delicious, I thought, you know, it worked. There's always somebody talking about something they had the night before or something they fix all the time. You know, I never heard of that. What is that? I've heard of Sloppy Joes, but I never had a good recipe, so I was glad to get this one. Mama, how's it going?
Well, it's not. I don't think it'll hold on to the bun.
Bring it over here and let's all look at it.
I don't think it'll hold on to the bun. It's a little yet.
Yeah, it needs. Oh my goodness.
It just gotta cook a little.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta dry out just a little bit more.
Do you remember how cartoon characters would float through the air when they would smell something good? This would make
You're gonna start floating.
Not me, Mama. It'll take more than that. But this would make a cartoon character float through the air, I'll just tell you. I don't know if Amy's on here tonight or not. Amy, did that look right? I hope it is right. I have never had Sloppy Joes, Carolyn. I've had it many times in a can. You know, the different brands, and you just, I don't know what you do to those cans. You add meat.
Some of it's that man which you just add meat and stuff.
Is that what it says? So add meat and you have a Sloppy Joe? It probably the difference between homemade great ravioli and ravioli out of a can. Because this, I can already tell you, is several notches above what I've had. Hey, Connie. Hey, Linda. Hey, Pam. Cook that on high heat, heavy boil. Well, she's got it pretty high, as you can hear. She's trying to get it dry enough so we can show y'all. I hate to keep y'all on here so long, but we usually end up anyway. Mama says I run my mouth and don't know when to hush.
Well, the onions and celery has to be tender.
Yeah, they are.
It just won't stay on the bone.
But it's a lot of steams are coming off, so it's drying out quick. We use chili sauce for Sloppy Joes. Usually let it simmer for quite a while. Barb, I think chili sauce, I think that's what I made tonight as I was looking through the ingredients. It was a chili kind of sauce kind of thing, just instead of out of a jar. That was the buns. It's just out of a jar. It just is homemade chili sauce, except we didn't put chili in it. But it's a homemade sauce like you might get out of a jar or can. Thank you. I will pray for you. Connie, is there something going on? Does Connie need prayers? Y'all lift up a prayer for Connie. Send up some hearts for her. Let her know you're thinking about her. I don't even know what's going on. I just read it. If someone's praying for her, then we'll pray for her too. I also had sloppy joes out of a can. Make my own. Jenny, did you make your own? I've never successfully made any. I don't even know if I've ever attempted it, really. I bet it smells wonderful. Susie, you would not believe. It's not like chili. It's not like it. All that, I guess the acids in it, the lemon, the vinegar, the Worcestershire sauce, it is, I mean, it's amazing how good it smells for him. Mine is similar recipe, but also, come back here, also add 1 can of Campbell tomato soup. Okay, Kathy. Or is that Katie? I can see that being a good addition. Did Mama teach school? Karen, now Mama was a cafeteria manager for years and years. She cooked for all the kids. She's fed everybody around here many meals. Sometimes people will say to me, I saw Coffee Time with you and Mama. Did she used to cook my lunch? I said, yep, that's the same Mama. So kids that have been out of school several years, they think it's her because, you know, back then she wore a white outfit and she would have these apron-like things that come around, and they were always different colors and seasonal, and so they're only used to seeing her in her school outfits.
And no glasses.
And no glasses. So sometimes they'll say, is Mama, I think she used to feed me. One guy met me one time and he said, are you on Facebook? And I said, yeah. And he said, do y'all cook? And I said, yeah. He said, that woman's on there with you. I think she used to make my lunch. I said, she surely probably did. Sure, and she did. When I was in school, they had, had one of the menu, barbecue beef on a bun. Yeah, now barbecue beef on a bun is what this, barbecue beef is what she called this, but this is made with hamburger instead of like shredded roast for barbecue beef sandwiches that we're probably used to having. But this is a barbecue beef sloppy joe. I just ordered mine today. Can't wait to get it. What did you order, Terry? Are you replying to somebody? Never had it homemade either. Pasta. Yeah, that would be good with pasta. How do you season, how do you season a cast iron skillet? Thank you, Mr. John. Well, Steve, I'll tell you the best way to season. If it's not rusty and it's a good skillet, if it's a brand new skillet, or if it's one you found that just is dulled, the best way to season a skillet is fry you some bacon, fry you some sausage in it, use it. Use it, and fry your protein beef, your meats in it. When you season your skillets, don't use olive oil. I know it's healthy. Don't use avocado oil. I know we use them on everything, and it's for us to eat and eat healthier. You need to season your cast iron with animal protein. Animal protein, sausage, bacon, beef, whatever you're fixing. Now, Mama, you got the ticket. Whatever you're fixing, you need to season it. It's holding on. Look here, folks. Show them, Mama. Now, that's what you're looking for. When it gets to that stage there, you're ready to eat.
And I'm going to take that little filler out.
Take that little bay leaf out. It's done its job.
Yeah.
But some people will say, oh, I season my cornbread skillet with olive oil. Olive oil's got way too low of a smoke point, and that oil is in your skillet. So it will taste and it will go rancid. You don't want anything. Protein, meat protein grease is the best way to go. Or get you some, thank you, Mama. Look at that bun. Get you some lard at the store. Not Crisco, not solid Crisco. That's vegetable shortening. That's different. Now, don't confuse seasoning your skillet with cooking. You can definitely cook with olive oil in them. You can definitely cook with Crisco in them. But when you're seasoning them, you're wanting whatever you're seasoning with to pull into that skillet. The best way to clean them, back in the day, your granny might have told you don't wash it, don't get soap on it, all those things. She was probably referring to lye soap, harsh soap. Our soaps that we have today aren't really going to hurt it that much. If you cook meat, fry something in it, we wash ours with some soap. Now, we don't let it soak in the sink. We don't use a lot, but we'll take that dish rag and we'll put it in hot soapy water and we'll clean it out. We'll rinse it. Then we put it on top of the stove on an eye, which is your burner cap, you call it. Turn it on and let that completely dry. You want it to dry outside and inside. Once it's dry, you can put it away. We store a lot of our cast iron in the oven. Another thing, if you get a new skillet, anything you're going to fix in the oven, throw that skillet in there with it. You can turn them upside down and they won't spike. And that's where the oil just sort of... So you want to make sure you're using the right oil, and you want to heat it well, and you want to use animal lard, and use it. Don't just use it. Don't use that bread skillet though. You'll get thrown out of the house for that.
Right.
And don't ever, listen to me closely. Don't ever put that cast iron in the dishwasher. You will get in serious trouble. Okay, Mama, it's time. We have waited long for this wonderful treat. And folks, let's get it up here where we can see it. Cannot wait to try it. Look at that goodness. You all can't see it. Look at that goodness right there. Let's bring y'all down here. Get a good close-up. Look at that goodness. That is some good sloppy joes. Isn't it, Mama? Did you get a napkin, Mama?
Yeah.
All right, let's bless it. We're ready to try it, folks. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful meal. We thank you for these precious hands that prepared it, dear Lord. And dear Lord, we just ask you to bless it. Bless it for the nourishment of our bodies, dear Lord. And dear Lord, just thank you for loving us, and thank you for being with us and sending your Son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for us, dear Lord. And dear Lord, we just ask you just be with this whole world, this whole country, all of our leaders, all the nations, dear Lord. And dear Lord, watch our every step and our every word, and just always keep us in your will. In your blessed name we pray. And dear Lord, before I forget, remember all the prayer requests that have been turned in tonight and any other day, dear Lord, just those spoken and unspoken. In your precious name we pray. Amen. All right, folks. It's time. All right, Mama, I'm going to let you.
I'll get me some. You just fix yours. I'm going to get me some mustard. Put on my bottom paper. Bottom bun.
Did you see me get... See, y'all act like sometimes you do this to Mama. You don't do nothing with Mama. She don't want that. I'm going to do mine like this. And I'm going to put a little bit... I'm going to heap it on there like Celia said. I'm not going to mess around. And I'm going to put some right there.
You're going to have a fork.
No, I got a spoon over here, Mama.
Do you have?
Yeah, I can even spoon. Look at there, folks. That's just like downtown. In fact, it's probably better than downtown. That's homemade. That's delicious. That's sloppy joes. I guarantee if you bring this out for your friends tomorrow for the game, they're going to remember it. Now, the only danger in it, if you bring out something like this, you may be hosting every get-together your friends have. That's a Sprite, in case anybody's wondering. The can, Sprite, Coca-Cola product. I'm not going to put anything on mine. I want to taste mine without cheese or anything first. And then I'll add something. I just want to taste than me. Did you taste?
No.
We'll get to
I'm
taste them.
going to taste it with the bun here.
It smells wonderful.
Ooh.
Drop the spoon. It's delicious. It really
I'm
is.
going to wait a minute, let it cool a little more. It's hot.
You know, now that I've tasted it, I'm going to opt out of the cheese. Do you want cheese?
No.
I don't know. Sadie said put a little cheese on it. I'm going to try just a little bit of cheese, but it's so good the way it is, I really don't want to disguise any of that flavor. Now this fresh grated cheese, these packages are hard to open. I usually honestly try to open them before I get on here with y'all, because I don't want you to think I'm
Weak.
hard of... No, wait, Mama, it's stuck together and there's no way of seeing it. See how it is. I'm gonna try it with cheese since Sadie said add cheese. You don't take nothing from it, it's delicious. Mama, you taste it, so what do you think?
It's good.
You wouldn't be ashamed to put that on the table, would you?
No. I could eat sloppy joes homemade so I can.
Just don't like that can. But now, you could eat this, couldn't you?
Yeah, this is.
You know, this would be delicious with anything a hot dog would be good with. Like potato salad, macaroni salad. Serve this at 4th of July. You know, everybody has hamburgers and hot dogs. And I still say on 4th of July we should have. It's an American tradition. But add a little sloppy joe with your next 4th of July and say, just doing a little something different. Mmm. That's awesome.
It ain't that much that goes in it, is it?
No. And it's easy to, I mean, y'all seen this right here. You seen this from start to finish, except I had already diced up the onion and the celery. And this is also tender and delicious. And I'm going to give this a 2 thumbs up. We'll be making it again. Look at there. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Sadie. And thank you, Amy, for sharing. This may be a long family secret recipe, and she shared it with me.
Did she tell you to keep it a secret?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? It's
Just in case she did tell me to keep it a secret, don't y'all tell her about it. It's just between us and just the 165 thousand of us. She won't mind. Folks, give this a try. It's delicious. Even if you don't like sloppy joes, you'll like this. Mama, you got anything to add tonight?
Mm-mm.
Why are you gonna cook us for lunch tomorrow?
I have no idea.
So that means it could be anything from pot roast, mashed potatoes, and gravy, and right down to a bologna sandwich.
That's right.
Mama's keeping her options open. We'll come up with something I guarantee it will really.
Switch and change.
Did you put mustard on yours?
I sure did.
Okay, I'm gonna try it with mustard. Someone said that a while ago. Let's try it with mustard. See if it's. I always put mustard on my other sloppy joes. To be honest with you, I think you can have it any way you want it. It's going to be delicious. Because you start out with that base, which is absolutely delicious. So, y'all give it a try. Let us know what you think. Post it if you make it. Tell us if it's good. If your friends like it tomorrow, let us know that too. So, Mama, if you don't have anything else,
No.
nothing, say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama, and God bless you out. Bye-bye.
God bless y'all. We'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Bye.
Bye-bye.